Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm envious of your Starbucks cup. I'm like, I need some pick me up in the afternoon. That's where I'm headed after this. It's all good.
Girl, it's so bad. I literally sip on this all day. I get it in the morning and I'm sipping on it all day.
That's like a solid strategy. That's what I
Yeah.
hear. So
Can you hear me?
there you are. Okay,
Okay.
cool. Yay, it's so good. Okay, so I titled this live Marketing and Magic and Going All In for 2022. And I'm really excited to just talk about what this looks like for small business owners, women business owners in general. But before we get on to the good stuff, I would love for you to share who you are and what you do. And then everyone that's watching, go ahead and give Nicole a follow while she's sharing that.
So thanks, Jenna. My name is Nicole Miller and I'm an author. I have 3 books that are self-published. I do a little bit of editing on the side as well. I just released an ebook to help other people self-publish. My screen is going to keep going dark, so that's why I keep hitting it. But the ebook is called Self-Publishing 101, Everything You Need to Know from One Author to Another. So if you or you know someone who wants to self-publish, that ebook is available on my website, NicoleDMiller.com. I also have a bookkeeping business. I help small businesses record financial transactions using QuickBooks, and I do taxes. So I'm a pretty busy woman.
Yes, you are. You stay busy. And like, this is total projection, but I'm really excited for your self-publishing stuff because we've talked about it before, but like, I'm working on a book, so I'm excited to really dive in, and you're going to be hearing from me around editing. And it's just, I think it's something that's needed right now. Like, and again, we were kind of talking about this, but for everybody that's tuning in, some hearts and some likes if you're a business owner, because then this is going to be relevant for you. And then some hearts and some likes if you're working on a book, because that means you need to connect with Nicole. And I just think that this is the path that a lot of, movers and shakers are taking. We're not waiting for that big, book deal or for others to come along and find us. We're kind of blazing our own trail, which is what I love about this.
I totally agree, Jenna. I think a lot of people back in the day felt like they get picked up by a publishing company, which has its own process. It requires you to have a literary agent. You have a query. It's its own journey. You might not get all the profit, royalties, blah, blah, blah. But now resources are available at our fingertips for us to self-publish. You already have the platform. You already have the audience. You might as well take full advantage and get the profit. So.
Yeah, it's so good. And you can get so creative with it too, right? Like, just like big vision, I envision like an event or like an event and, media and just different pieces being a part of the journey of like stepping out and saying, hey, I have a book. It's here to make an impact. And that's something that you've done as well, right? So tell us about like when it comes to your books and then also your bookkeeping company and just all of the fabulous things that you do. What is your big goal for this year?
Yeah, so my latest book, Stories for the Urban Soul, shameless plug, is a compilation of short stories depicting Black characters dealing with everyday life issues with a faith-based lens. So a lot of my writing is going to be more fiction-based. It's incorporating spirituality and African-American culture. I'm working on my first novel. I hope it'll be released this year. It'll have some of those same characters pop up from this book. So my goal is to continue building up my audience. I do a weekly blog, betterthanwine.net, which is also available on my website. And a monthly newsletter where I update my audience, my readers, with all of my events for the month, upcoming book projects and programs. And so it's really about building the momentum that I'm already walking in, creating sustainability, opening doors of opportunity for others, coming alongside them in their book projects, and really just creating that community of like-minded people who are driven, who are focused, who have the same passions and want to get the word out about spirituality and Black culture. So definitely making those purposeful connections, building, growing, and creating sustainability.
Oh my gosh, so many good things. I'm like, wait, I love that too. Like, it's so good. And I think like some of the things that you called out here is like, leaning into serving and supporting, growing community and sustainability, which I love too, because we think about if you're a business owner, again, hearts and likes, because this is relevant for you, or creative, right? I think we can be multi-passionate and really forge forward on those things that we believe in, those movements that we believe in. And what does it look like to be really smart about it? What does it look like to scale and grow from a sustainable side of things, right? So it's just all good. And like, seriously, if you guys aren't already following Nicole, just do it. She's going to inspire you. And I'm excited for everything that you've shared so far. But also, one of the pieces that's happening is we have a big event coming up in March, right? Like, there's a huge event coming up that I'm hosting in March. And I'm really excited to bring powerful women like yourself together in this room. It's in person, guys. Like, it's actually happening. We're actually going to see each other like face to face. And what I'm excited about is being able to create the opportunity for like vendors and leaders to have their own space and step out and get visible and share their magic with attendees. So what my question for you is, when it comes to this event, when we talk about marketing and magic and playing bigger in your business, what really prompted you to say, yeah, I want to be a part of this, I'm all in?
Well, I followed you from afar for a while, Jennah. I definitely appreciated your ability to bring people together, to be a great networker. And I feel like for me, it wasn't until my last book came out that I really honed in on getting more serious about my writing career. Like I was doing bookkeeping, that was my focus, and it's still a thing, but I definitely want to grow with my books. And I know that you target a lot of women. I know you have like-minded people in your community, and I definitely don't want to miss out on this wave that I know that's happening with female empowerment in Cleveland, with people who are driven, with people who make things happen. So that's what started on my heart. Even with doing my newsletter, I had done that back in the day, but this time every first of the month. And even my blogging, I've been blogging for 10 years, but this time it was like every week, Monday morning at 7 a.m. So tightening up those things, creating that strategy, being consistent, diligent, and just knowing that over the long haul, it's going to manifest in purpose, it's going to manifest in fruit, it's going to manifest in reward. So I've watched you from afar, and I know you've already been implementing that. So for me, I'm just in that vein of really tapping into that right now with my business.
Oh, I love that. Yes. Okay. So for those that are watching, what I would love is for you to drop in the comments, what is your focus for this year? Because you said some key things, Nicole, around really getting serious about where you're putting your time and your energy and where you're putting your focus, and then surrounding yourself with people who are like-minded. And I think that's one of the things that I'm most passionate about myself is, you know, if I'm having conversations about scaling business, it's not just to bring in money, which yes, gets to be a part of the conversation. It's about bigger impact and also creating a bigger self that you may not necessarily have seen before, or aren't necessarily guaranteed to you, right? Like, this gets to be that moment where you get to decide, okay, this is the thing that I'm focusing on, and who do I get to surround myself with to support that and inspire that and help me step into that fully, you know?
You definitely need like-minded people. I think as entrepreneurs, especially if you're a solopreneur like I am, you work alone, your mentality could be you are an island. However, I'm so grateful to have these people in my corner who are getting it themselves. We're kind of going full throttle. We're tapping into the being serious and strategic. And I just think we're all going to get what's due to us. It's not going to be a one-man show. So it might be that I'm the face, but I have a community that's backing me. So no one is an island.
Yeah. Yes, 100%. Like, so, okay, shameless plug too. So this Friday, I'm hosting a 6 Steps to Six Figures masterclass. It's free, but it's for women entrepreneurs who are all in to play bigger this year. And I'm going to share some of the things that I've learned when I've scaled my business, maybe some of the pitfalls too, so you can avoid my kind of hot messes. It's all good. We get to do this together. But one of the things that's been key to this that you said is really, you don't do this alone, right? Like, there's no way I could have scaled and gotten to this place, not just in my business, but in my journey alone. It's taken my community. It's taken people who have taken a stand for me. It's taken connections and, you know, being connected to really powerful people. And also maybe not working with them or collaborating with them right away, right? But staying connected to them, right? And I think about like, where was it? Maybe Van Aken was like the first. Was that like? I
That
think
was
that was.
2 years ago.
Yeah,
Over
yeah, like
pandemic, so we know it was at least 2 years ago.
yeah. At 2019, I think it was when I started hosting those free networking events. And like, guys, this is what I'm saying. Like, Nicole and I have connected and, you know, met through different networking events and stuff for over 2 years. And this opportunity came up and we talked about it. She's like, yeah, no, I'm in, like, let's do this. And it's, which of course I get a phone call right in the middle of that. But the powers of the network, the powers in the community. You know, there's one other thing too that I like to say and like to share around this is like, and I this like you're an introvert too, Nicole, right? So like all my introverts drop some hearts or some likes and you know check in below because the reality of it is sometimes like networking and connection doesn't always feel natural or doesn't always feel like, do I really want to put myself in that situation? And one of the things that I've really leaned into is, okay, I'm not going to necessarily network or hand out a business card. I'm going to receive some magic. Like that's the intention I set before I go into something. And I can imagine if you're a fellow introvert, if you're thinking like, do I want to be at an event where it's like all these people that I may not know, right? Like maybe you don't have your own network or community. Come and join ours because the intention I set is that it's very deeply connected, right? We see you, we hear you, and you're there for a reason and you get to receive when you're at this event that we're talking about. So know that the community and the attendees, the vendors like Nicole that are coming in for the March 24th event, mark that on your schedule. They are women who actually want to be there. They're women who want to connect in with other women and they're there to make an impact for themselves, but I like to think make an impact for others. I just can't stand those type of events where you go in and it's just here's my business card, call me later. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I definitely feel like my growth will come through serving others. I think you reap what you sow. So if you have pure intent and a pure heart to help someone else is going to come along and help you. And even going back to your point about us meeting over 2 years ago, you never know when that connection will take place. Maybe it wasn't the season then, but it could be the season in the future. And being a fellow introvert, for me, it's about purposeful connections. I can't just do the math for no reason and it's shallow. I like to go deep. So even if you go to an event, you only make 1 or 2 connections. You just never know how those connections are going to manifest in your success down the line.
Yes, you hit the nail on the head. I used to say that at the networking events. I used to say, even if you have one meaningful conversation, you've done your job. And that's how I've kind of approached it and how I've grown community. And, you know, sometimes I sit back and I think, maybe I'm doing something wrong or I haven't grown this massive community, but I put in all this work, but the people I'm connected to, I'm actually connected to them, right? And so I think that's a really beautiful piece of this. So like, wasn't planning on this conversation taking that road, but I love it because it's relevant. So this is so good. Okay. So I want to set the tone. So you guys, this event's happening March 24th, which is a Thursday. If you are a woman business owner, an entrepreneur, you're all in. First of all, if you're all in for big magic, big vision, big goals this year, type all in the comments because you're our people. And then second, you get to join us at the event March 24th. It's called the Marketing Magic Conference. And it's really a day of inspiration, education, and women entrepreneurs to come together to learn. And I think one of the most beautiful pieces about this is connecting in with leaders like yourself, Nicole, and just like opening yourself up. I do feel like an island. I'm like moving and shaking over here on all communication. And I'm like, I feel so alone. So if you are done feeling alone, if you know, you're setting the intention that this year is not going to be the year that you feel alone and secluded, then come be with us in that room. And it is happening in Cleveland. So that's one of the other things that we've been talking about is that, oh, it's like, I'll be there, you know, like, will it be recorded? Will I get a replay? Nope, no replay. It's a real in live, like in person live human experience. So if you're committed to being there, if you haven't heard me talk about it or you want more information, drop event in the comments. Yeah, and Amber says I'll be there. Super excited. Amber's gonna be in the room. I can't wait. It's gonna be good. I've got a couple more questions for you, Nicole. I want to keep this short and sweet, but my first question for you, of my couple, is what are you most excited about for this day?
I definitely am excited about the connections. I feel like when you collab with others, you get exposure to their network, they get exposure to yours. You brought it. I'm also excited about the knowledge. I know you're a marketing and branding strategy guru, so I'm all about implementing that in my business and my brand in the season. So knowledge and people. I'm definitely excited.
It's going to be so good. Yes, we're talking client attraction, branding, marketing. It's going to be good. And I do take a different approach, guys. So I just want to put that out there. I don't believe in like bottom line numbers, like, hit it hard type approach to business and marketing. It's very like what's aligned to you, what feels good for you, and you get to define that. And then let's plug marketing into that equation. So thank you for sharing that, Nicole. It's going to be so good. I see Teresa and Jamie hopped on. Hey, ladies, feel free to tag some fellow women entrepreneurs. We're talking about the big event, March 24th. Nicole just shared why she's excited for that day. And the last question I have for you, lady, is really around, when it comes to what we get to create this year, because that's the most empowering piece for me, is knowing that I get to create anything I want as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, as a visionary. What do you want fellow women entrepreneurs to know right now?
I think it kind of goes back to what I shared earlier, is staying consistent, knowing that you will reap. I know sometimes we can get so discouraged. We're doing all the things, but I've seen so many open doors happen. Even with last week, things are happening very rapidly. After years of waiting, sometimes it takes time. Sometimes it's a situation. Every farmer knows that the crops don't grow overnight. So I think being consistent, diligent, and knowing that your season will come, as well as building that community. You're not alone. You need other people who are like-minded. You need other people who see the vision with you. I recently just posted on IG just a story about how I ran a marathon one time, and I learned that my body needed Cliff Bars and not just water, and I needed electrolytes to start running distance. And some people can be like, where are you going? You've been out here for a long time. You're kind of like Noah building the ark. We've never seen rain, but the rain is coming. There's something that's going to be birthed out of your diligence. And so you need those people around you that can keep encouraging you to finish the race, the stuff that you need, not just water. If you're running a marathon, you're going to need different things than you would if you did a 5K. And you need those people around workshops, people like yourself, people who are successful in other areas. If you're not successful in marketing, hire Jennah. If you're not successful in writing, hire me. Like if you are not good at yourself, or you don't have the time, or it's stressing you out, I always say hire someone. So building your community, staying consistent, will be successful.
Yeah, it's so true. It's so true. And what I really love about community too is, like you said, but just, kind of reiterate it in a different way, is that really anything you need when you surround yourself with powerful people, it's there for you and it's available for you. Because even if we are the direct people to help you, we've got networks of knowing the right person. And that's really how you scale and rise together. And that's what I'm excited about. So yeah, it's going to be so good. Okay. Tell us one more time about your book, and then tell us, obviously we're on IG, so go follow Miss Nicole, but tell us where we can connect with you, where else we can connect with you.
Yep. So Nicole D. Miller, author of Stories for the Urban Soul. My website is NicoleDMiller.com. Thank you to the IG producer. I will follow you back. I'm all about that. You can follow me on IG here, Nicole.D.Miller. You can follow my business Facebook page, facebook.com/HTOHB, which stands for How to Overcome Heartbreak, which is the name of my first 2 books. And I'm Nicole D. Miller. And
Yes.
There. So definitely go to my website. You can pick up a subscription to my blog and my newsletter there.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good. And you can come to the event March 24th and see Nicole in person and pick up her book. She'll have some of her books on site and really just connect in with this powerful woman here and one of many that day. It's going to be really, really beautiful. I see Miss Sonia just joined us. Hey, Sonia. Yeah, I love it. I love it. Okay, if you're curious about the event, if you've got questions, drop that in the comments. Otherwise, you can head to my bio. I've got the link ready to go. You can grab your ticket and just choose you. I think that's where I want to leave this, right? Like choose you this year, choose your vision, choose your dream. And like you said, it may not be that it flourishes right away. But knowing that you're planting those seeds now, you're taking action on it, your success will come. And that's what I teach with clients too when it comes to client attraction, knowing that your clients and who you choose to serve are out there, but it takes your vision first, which is really, really powerful. So I love it. I love it. Okay, we're going to sign off, guys. We'll be back on with interviewing some more vendors later. There's Miss Cherie. Hey, Cherie. And come, grab your ticket. I know all the ladies that popped up already have their ticket, so they're coming. They're in. You'll get to see Nicole on the 24th. If you haven't grabbed your ticket, head to my bio and do that now. Otherwise, tune in on here at 3 p.m. a couple other days. I don't have the dates in front of me. We'll talk to some other vendors. You'll get to meet some of the powerful ladies that are going to be leaders that day, and it's not just me talking to you. And it's going to be a really beautiful experience. So I cannot wait to see all of you guys in person, okay? All right. We'll see you later.
Bye. Just wanted to say thank you so much, Jennah, for this opportunity to be featured on your platform. You're a rock star. I cannot wait till March 24th. See you soon.